We have seen Tom Brady mad, but it is few and far in between. But the Saints have Brady's number since last season, and the way they pressure him has worked. In 22 years, Brady has not been shut out in his entire career on the road, and his last shutout was in Miami, which is Brady's house of horror, where he lost 21-0 in 2006, 15 years ago. And who came up with that game plan? None other than Nick Saban. Coming into this game with the Saints, everyone thought Brady was the for sure lock for the MVP. He leads the league in passing yards and touchdowns. But the Saints made Brady look bad, quite frankly, and it was awful. That is the reason why you saw Brady throw a tantrum. No wonder he acted like a baby after his costly interception. He shouted obscenities in the direction of the Saints coaching staff. He took out his frustration on that tablet, smashing it. He was also caught on camera berating referees on the field. And that is not the way an MVP should react, or the greatest player of all time. Meanwhile, over in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers continued his steady pace towards his second MVP as he threw 0 interceptions in a clutch win on the road over Baltimore. In his last 3 games, Aaron Rodgers has 13 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Sure, Brady lost his best weapons, and it makes it harder when you don't have guys like wide receiver Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Also losing running back Leonard Fournette, who has been clutch for the Bucs, does not help at all. Look, for the longest time, we saw and thought that Brady could do more with less than any other quarterback in history. But Sunday, it showed us a different side. These type of games show what players are made of and how a player can handle adversity when it gets tough. Not saying that Brady needs to prove himself, but in a tight race for an MVP, we as fans, that is what we want to see. Just to show you a quick example, late in October, the Packers went into the Arizona desert to play the undefeated Cardinals. Rodgers went into that game without his top 3 receivers, tight end, or the team's defensive coordinator. We thought, this is an automatic W for the Cardinals. Instead, Rodgers carved them and got a signature victory on the road. Brady looked like a terrible loser, and it's not the first time he does this. If other players acted out the way Tom Brady did, they would be criticized and destroyed. Instead, Brady gets a pass. People say it is passion and competitiveness. I think sore loser move from a guy who is the GOAT as he watched the MVP trophy slip out of his hands.